Boom, boom. Do 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 do. Anthony works at the grocery store, saving his pennies for someday. Now Mama Leone left a note on the door. She said, "Sonny, move out to the country. Oh, working too hard can give you a heart attack. You ought to know by now. Hey, who needs a house out in Hacky Sack? Is that what you get for your money? Well, it seems such a waste of time. Well, if that's what you're all about, Mama, if that's moving up, then I'm moving out. I'm moving out. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Do, 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 do. Hey, guys, still 5150 here with the Piano Man, Billy Joel, saying, yes, baby, I am moving out at some point to travel and explore, pursue those things that I put off on hold in my life for so many years. Now, if God keeps me healthy, I plan to travel, including dropping in on some of my favorite Stacker community family members. I'm going to travel around. I'm going to party. I'm going to get out of the old habit of purchasing silver, right? And then move into the new habit of spending silver and lifestyle, just the lifestyle of spending, you know. But essentially, you know, I'm going to try to get into using silver to buy distressed assets, all right? Now you're looking at here, some 50-ounce jars of fine silver shot. 4.9's fine, by the way. Atmex puts together some good silver shot. They charge enough for it. God, these things are so heavy. You will not believe how heavy these things are. Unbelievable. We'll get to these in a minute. You're not going to stay there, are you? Look at you. Got to be all difficult. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, like I said, you know, I'm going to start using silver at some point. I'm moving out of buying silver when that time comes with the rest of you guys. And I'm moving in to buying distressed assets using silver as money. I talk about this all the time. All right, so like what? Okay, gold, platinum, palladium, rhodium, even copper. The first things in my sites are going to actually be other metals, believe it or not. All right, as the ratio gap closes on some of these metals, you know, with silver and copper and silver, well, not so much copper. Copper's going to be down there, but silver and gold and palladium and rhodium, you know, versus silver and palladium versus silver and these guys versus silver. I'm going to use silver to purchase those metals back because remember, I use those metals to sell into at a profit and buy more silver. So it's just pretty much a perpetual, you know, motion with the buying of metals. I'm only going to do that one more time, though. You know, silver closes in on these other metals. I'll buy some of those metals. All right, but what else? Other assets like residential and commercial properties, depending on what kind of good deals I can find out there, if it's worth it to get into it as an investment. Let's see. How about stakes in research projects, innovative startup companies, junior miners, blue chip stocks with dividends, you know, and maybe even some digital offerings if they have it. Now, they got to be solvent. You know, it can't just be some willy-nilly, you know, Fed's coin or Fred's coin or Ted's coin or any of that stuff. It has to be something that, you know, I guess they're going to have backed by, you know, a number of countries and you have no choice but to use it. All right. See, that's what I'm saying. It's like, you know, are there going to be, you know, is there going to be digital currencies out there that we have no choice but to be engaged in on some level? You know, we won't necessarily stay in the white market using those. We'll get into the gray market, which we talked about a little while back. And in some cases, we may have to get into the black market, but, you know, that's okay. That's okay. You got to do what you got to do to survive. All right. But the deal is the long game. All right. The long game is we're playing for a fairly valued, freely traded silver as global legal tender. We want this to be the legalized global tender. All right. Not particularly these here, these beads, which actually be quite helpful if you had a scale. But no, we want to make sure that we're living in a world where silver is recognized globally as legal tender, you know, however a country or a province or a territory wants to value it. All right. But the longer game we're playing, guys, the longer game we're playing, remember I was talking about years ago, well, not years ago, I'm sorry, weeks ago, was getting in front of what's called this force, the wealth cycle. So this is the recurring wealth cycle tsunami that we're in all the time. Warren Buffett's in it perfectly. His dad got him in it early on, I think, with oil or something like that. They went into real estate, then into stocks, and then out of stocks and back into energy, and then out of energy back in precious metals. And so they were able to stay 2 steps ahead of the trend when it came to wealth cycles, generationally speaking. His dad started him out. Now he's continuing on through Berkshire Hathaway. But notice he's sold a lot of his stock. Warren Buffett sold a lot of airline shares, stocks. He sold a lot of Berkshire Hathaway, and he's getting ready for the next wealth cycle. I think he's getting into precious metals, guys, because he was in precious metals back in the 90s. If you remember, Warren Buffett, in one day, he bought 138 million ounces of silver, drove the price of silver up from $4 an ounce to $7 an ounce. The CFTC, the Central Federal Trade Commission, or whatever the hell they are, they came after him and says, hey, you can't do that. We're going to audit you. We're going to audit you. And so he says, okay, fine. He sold for a handy profit of 75% that day. All right, 138 million ounces of silver. Kind of sounds like a certain bank we know. JP Morgan, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, so you want to get in front of this wealth cycle that's happening, all right? Because once you get in front of it and you are in it, once you're swept away by it, meaning that once we're standing there, guys, we're standing there on the beach with a shot glass or a Dixie cup or a Solo cup. You're standing there on the beach with a Solo cup. You're waiting to get some water in it, and here comes a tsunami. You're looking at it. It's 17 stories tall. It washes over you. Not only does your cup get filled, but it runneth over. And that's the whole thing. Being in the right asset class when the asset class explodes to the upside is the equivalent of having your cup runneth over. It doesn't matter what size your cup is. I use a shot glass and a Solo cup and all these things to show you that you don't need much. All right? You know what I say. 4 ounces to your name keeps you 99% ahead of the game. But, you know, of course, that number's going to go up as we start to get more people in the community. But what is 4 ounces? You know, Florida Stacker, he's talking about, you know, just stacking 6 ounces a week, you know, to build wealth in a nice, calm, rational, easily digestible way. And it's very true. 6 ounces is a lot, you know, per week. You keep that up, and you'll be stacked, you know, back and forth before you know it. But we're playing that for the long game. We want to get in front of the wealth cycle that is going to be precious metals, and then use that wealth cycle to move into whatever the next one is, whether it is distressed real estate, whether it's distressed stocks. It might be all at once. We might have to get into 3 or 4 different asset classes to be part of that new deflationary wealth cycle, where you're buying all the deflationary stuff. Who knows? But you want to have the currency to do it, the super currency. This super currency, silver, that's going to be the most super currency ever on the planet. Going to outperform everything that's ever existed, any paper currencies, any credit lines, any cryptos, any other precious metals. It's going to blow people's brain pans wide open, the numbers that the violent force is going to come out of the silver age. It's absolutely going to happen. All right, let's get a better look at these as we sit and I yak more. All right, so basically you want to take the hyperinflated silver and use it to buy deflated assets, okay? All right, and believe it or not, you can do better at taking advantage of these deflated assets that are going to be out of there. Deflationary assets are going to be out there if you use your network. You got to stay engaged and stick with your network of people, be it this community here, maybe some people you invest with, who knows, right, Fred? Hey, Fred, I know you're out there. Fred Gar, guys. Check him out on YouTube. Yes, he says use your network to get hot tips on what's available and what to buy, when to buy them. All right? You want to be those people that stay ahead of everything, not just be ahead now when you're buying the silver, but when you start to spend the silver, you want to make sure that you're well ahead in position, buying stuff really low and then moving it into lower assets or selling it high. Whatever works for you, whatever floats your boat. All right? So, but that's not what we're here for. We're not here to talk about, wealth cycles. We'll do that in another video. So, guys, how about that market action today? We didn't do too bad. I mean, especially following up today. Today was just follow through, right? But, we didn't do too bad. The gold-silver ratio shrank even further, all right? I think it's like 93-1 now, silver-gold ratio. Silver closed up today at $17.85, while gold closed today just below $17.50 at about $748, right? I think there'll be more gains either tomorrow or later in the week, okay? But trust me, the big day is on its way, man. The big day is on its way. We're going to get paid. We're going to be prosperous, but we got to be patient. You just got to be patient. I know you see what's happening with the stock market. It's very discouraging, and they do that on purpose. They want you to be demoralized. They want you to sell your stuff now so they can grab it somehow and then have it jacked up later, and they can use it for their own purposes. Don't do it. You hold on to your silver. Hold on for dear life. Huddle for dear life, and you make sure you have it when it's ready to go. All right. So, guys, I bought these 400 ounces. God, it's a lot. 400 ounces of silver shot because for some reason I thought I could use it to make colloidal silver, right? Okay. Oh, man. Silver 5150, you really need to educate yourself. Well, thank God for my subscribers. They set me straight from time to time. I appreciate you guys setting me straight from time to time. Now, I'm not talking about the authoritarian types out there that like to bark orders at you. I'm talking about the ones who are nice, who are spiritually grounded, and have a little grace. All right? I appreciate you guys a lot, and you guys help me out every day. So anyway, yeah, huge misstep here. You need silver rods to make colloidal silver. All right. And we'll actually make some more colloidal silver later in another video as I get better with it. But, anyway, like anything else in my AppMex portfolio, I found out that these jaws, these 50-ounce jaws of fine silver grain, have valued up retail-wise well above what I paid for them. And I bought these when we had that last spike to $18 an ounce in the spot price, thinking it was the end. Okay, this is it, guys. We're on the way. And so I spent a truckload of money on these. Thinking this is going to be, the big play, and then we actually went back down again. But it doesn't matter because premiums are so high right now. Premiums are so sky high that even though my out-of-pocket cost for these was more than I, wanted to pay, and it was at a higher spot price, I actually have made money on these because they now are retailed higher than when I bought them. Okay, so that means I'm in the win. I'm in the win section, all right? So what do I do now? I got all this, all these silver beads and stuff, and I can't really do anything with them unless I'm going to make jewelry or something like that, but I don't want to do that. You know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to be like Silver Game of Thrones. I'm going to get myself a scale, maybe get some little baggies, and we're talking about drugs here. We're talking about silver. Some little baggies, and start weighing them out in different, weights and stuff for those who need fractional silver later. I'm telling you guys, when the price of silver starts climbing, past $1,000 an ounce, and I know there's some of you realists out there are just cringing when I say that. When silver passes $1,100 an ounce, oh, I did it again. Little beads like this will get a lot of attention. They'll almost be like jewelry. They'll almost be like precious stones. People sitting there, they got a little baggie of them, like I got that baggie of Alcambi 1 gram squares, and they'll be weighing them out for people because they'll be so precious, these little baubles of savings and insurance and yes, absolute value. And so, yes, I'm going to do some of those myself. I'm going to get little bags, I'm going to get a scale, I'm going to start weighing out 1 ounce increments, maybe 5 ounce increments and stuff, and thinking about selling them when it's time to do that. I don't know. I'm not going to get rid of them. I think they're actually going to have a lot of value, and I'll probably find something else even cooler to do with these. All right? So, anyway. Oh, and also, you get the right baggies and stuff like that. You can exchange them with people that's got, like, the coins and the bars and the rounds, or anything else of value. If you've got it weighed out perfectly and people are accepting of it, then you can use it like currency, like anything else. So, I'm going to do that. All right. So, anyway, the thing I said this morning, we're going to talk about the future pay systems for gold and silver. All right? Now, if you guys are watching Florida Stacker right now, he is giving you a first-hand account, of his own use of the system, the One Gold system at AppMex. All right. He also mentioned that nearly every other major retailer has a similar program, right? And I believe at some point they'll all expand these programs to accommodate their own debit systems, maybe their own credit systems, loan systems. Who knows? They'll act more like banks, all right? And it's going to allow you to transact your metal at fair value, right? And purchase no different than you would a credit card or a pay app on your phone. I also think world governments or world government, I don't even like the sound of that, a world government, will restructure banks around the globe to convert your precious metals into a new currency. I mean, directly into whatever account you have. For example, Expat Stacker. If you haven't checked out Expat Stacker, you got to do it. Expat Stacker, he puts out great stuff just like Silver Torch 66. Very structured, very educational and stuff. Just guys, they all have their merits and their values. Very, very good channel. Expat Stacker, check them out if you haven't. Expat Stacker goes in the bank, drops off a 1 ounce buffalo, and 5,000 units are transferred immediately to his account. The bank keeps the metal because banks are going to want that metal, right? But anyway, 5,000 units transferred to his account. It doesn't matter what country, okay? And once we get to this point, by the way, banks and institutions, they're going to want to, they want to advertise their brand by claiming, we're backed by silver, or we're backed by gold, or we're backed by both. I think the group, is going to be furthest along with this. Is actually Perpetual Assets. Perpetual Assets, they're a group that deals in metals, cryptos, and stocks right now, if I'm not mistaken. Right now, you go to Perpetual Assets and you have to purchase their assets from them. But then they set you up with a Visa debit card. A Visa debit card. And it works exactly like a regular Visa card. It doesn't know any difference between countries or currencies, right? It automatically accounts for your location, what your local currency is, wherever you're at, and the exchange rate, and then transacts you at fair value, your metal. right there on the spot, as if you were using cash out of the bank. Okay. Now, they're working on a day when you can deposit bits of your own stack with them, just to avoid buying their stuff, and to use their services. But, check them out. Perpetual Assets, all right? They're a group that I think is furthest along in allowing you to use your metals and stuff in the purchasing and transaction of things. But you don't want to do it with silver right now because the spot price is so low. But when silver gets over 600, oh, I did it again. You're going to really want to use it, especially if you have many, many ounces to transact with, all right? But anyway, check out Perpetual Assets. Tell me what you think. I'm going to leave their link down in the description below. Okay? So, I know we go a little longer, but I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping it up here, guys. Just thank you for joining me today. And look at all of this beautiful silver. I've got to figure out what to do with 400 ounces altogether. But the more I look at it, the more I'm in love with these little beads. Look at these. They're so adorable. They're like, we want to buy stuff too. I know we don't have any stamp or purity or grading. Oh, you are pure. Anyway, yes. Oh, by the way, a special shout out to Silver Joker, man. Silver Joker, man, I'm telling you, this guy, he is, to the bone marrow. A stacker, the guy, I think he might actually bleed silver. He jumped right on the 100-plus ounce unboxing challenge that we presented for him, originated with Silver Game of Thrones, and he is going to go with that, and he's already tapped somebody else, that's going to be next. So, guys, you need to start tuning in these channels because you see some big, bad unboxings, and this is great. This is great. I'm not looking for it when it comes back to me because he'd be like, oh, it's 210 ounces to you there, Silver 5150. Good luck. But anyway, hey, whatever generates excitement in this community, because we need it. We need it. People, as we get closer into this thing and you guys get more of what you want because you were prescient and you were ahead of the game, we can go ahead and let more people in and go ahead and clean those shelves off and just get whoever's going to be in this world, the secret world of silver. Let them go ahead and join us. But, for now, let's just, keep it amongst us and, have our fun and have our excitement and stuff. All right, so thank you, Silver Joker, for just stepping right up, like we knew you would, because you're the man, and keeping this thing going. So this is going to be so great. All right. So with this, here today, talking about, the different pay systems that are going to be available for precious metals holders, the silver holders, it's just a little bit of food for thought. Perpetual Assets really does exist in real time right now. You'll see that when you go into the website. But the other retailers and possibly even just, commercial banks are going to come online and you're going to start doing this sort of thing. But if you don't have the asset at the time it begins, you're going to have to work for it. You have to work for gold and silver, and you have to try to earn it, and then it's going to take you forever to earn it, and then you can start a bank account, and then you can start transacting. And by then, us silver stackers that were early to the table, we're going to have bought everything. And you're going to have to work for us, or something, buy stuff from us. Who knows? Anyway, having a little fun with it. But I think I've said my piece, all right? That's going to do it for today. But yeah, guys, think about what you want to spend your silver on, and how you want to have your account set up to spend. Are you going to want to travel? Are you going to send your kids to really nice schools? Are you going to want to buy nice things? Or you want to, get that dream home? Whatever you want to do, you do need to be able to transact. And if we can find ease of transaction, that's great. Because, I don't mind hauling around a monster box of silver and, to shop for, a house and stuff. But, if I can do it electronically, that'd be great, All right. But the fact that we're already wealthy, always remember, is a foregone conclusion. We're already wealthy. If you're stacking silver, you got 10 ounces, you're wealthy. You got 100 ounces, you're really wealthy. You got 1,000 ounces, well, just let me know when you take the yacht out, and I will join you and drink from your free wet bar. But that's what the term billionaires means. Silver Game of Thrones, Now We Ride. You guys know. Good morning, fellow billionaires. This is what it's all about, us becoming wealthy in the new economic era. Okay? Right? So, I'm Silver5150 telling you, your stack is not whack. But you know what? Let them think you're crazy. Let them think you're crazy. Noah's Ark, he's crazy. He's building a boat in the middle of the desert. Completely nuts. Steer clear of him. He's a pervert. Let them think you're crazy. All right? And just 4 ounces to your name puts you 99% ahead of the game. All right? So, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you so much for watching. Always thank you for watching. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you tomorrow in the morning update. And as Silver Joker says, keep stacking. All right, guys. Later.